Hey, we always live Elvis.
Hey, Memphis Mafia Kid,
And
and
Teresa.
give me a kiss. Oh, hope y'all are having a great week. It's Monday, not my fun day, but hey, it's the beginning of the week, y'all. Get started. Tomorrow will be a week from Christmas Eve.
Oh, it's coming so fast.
Man,
Mm-hmm.
y'all, we're still getting rain. Don't know about y'all, but hey, it is what it is. Y'all got a few birthday shout outs. How about Nancy Fuller?
Happy birthday.
007 December 1965.
Happy birthday.
And James and Terry, I believe it's Ziza or Zeza. Happy birthday, y'all.
Birthday.
Hope y'all had a great birthday. And we appreciate y'all watching and supporting us.
Yes.
And
We're going to jump into questions.
we're back with a few questions.
Okay.
What
Okay, the first one's from Catherine Enderby. What? Wait a minute. Give me a
Hey,
second.
Catherine.
What was it about Christmas that Elvis liked?
he loved Christmas. I think it was like a lot of us. It was the time of year, and to be around everybody and have everybody, and especially we talked about it. The giving for him. He loved it. He loved to see the expressions and the emotions and the their people's faces, but he loved just the quality family time. He like a lot of us. He liked a lot of it, but Christmas, like I've told y'all, the two people that I think in my life that loved Christmas the most was Elvis and my grandmother on my mother's side. They just and they both reminded me of each other, but in similar ways, but in different ways. They loved it. They loved that time of year, and I think that's what it was. Family, the love, and getting to give and surprise people for him.
Do you remember if there was a lot of Christmas music at Graceland at that time?
The best I can remember, I don't remember any music being played. I'm not going to say that there wasn't, but at times might have been down low. But hell, we were running.
Kinda.
Well, I mean, you couldn't have heard it anyway because we, running and screaming and just having a good time. But no, that's a great question, Teresa.
You don't recall.
No, everybody was just mingling and talking and spending time and being together and telling everybody Merry Christmas.
But I'm not talking about just Christmas Day or Christmas Eve. I mean, just through December.
Well, like I told you, Christmas Day, we might have been there that morning for a little while if we'd stayed all night Christmas Eve, but that day we always went
right
to my
but
grandparents.
I just mean earlier in December, during that month, going to Graceland to go
Not
up with
yet.
anything
I don't remember at Graceland. Now we played, at our trailer and still do today. As me and you do, we like a lot of Christmas, especially Elvis Christmas music, and Mama would always play Elvis Christmas music.
Yeah, I know her kind. Her kind's like your kind.
Yeah.
Let's change the words. But you know how we're so lucky because now we can turn the TV on. We can turn it to have a fireplace on the TV, Christmas music, and you don't have to find a record and put it on, and you just have it there. Simple.
We're kind of, I guess, spoiled, aren't we?
We are.
It's beautiful.
But if I pause asking these questions, Danny has written his spelling is horrible, and I need, okay, he didn't go back and correct it.
No, let's hold up right there, y'all. There's not but one way for me to put this, okay? Teresa is, to me, a lot like a diaper. And by the meaning of that, I mean, she's always on my ass and usually full of shit.
When you going to move up to big boy pants?
What?
I said, when you going to move up to big boy pants?
When I get there.
I think you're a little too old for a diaper anyway.
No, you remind me of a diaper.
Okay, I'm not gonna say what you remind. You remind me of what's in there.
Hey, watch out.
Okay, this question is from Ruby Irene. I was wondering about Minnie May and Aunt Delta. Did they get cranky about the late nights at Graceland?
Well, I'll start with Grandma, Minnie Mae. If she did, she never showed it. You know, she was in her room a good bit. And it was, it was private. So she didn't, in there anytime. But now she, I can remember times she would come out into the kitchen and, maybe, get her a Pepsi or something to eat or something. And, but a lot, she stayed in her room and, I think she was just used to it. Now we get to Aunt Delta. Aunt Delta was going to gripe bitch about
like you. That's where you came from.
About things, and a lot of it kind of under her breath or by folks or whatever. But, she didn't do a lot of it where Elvis could hear it because it wouldn't have made no difference. Elvis was going to do what Elvis wanted to do. But, in defense of her, because we loved her to death, she lived there and that was her home, too, So, people or somebody being there all day, I mean, you're used to it, but then again, you're not. I mean, so I could understand it. Even though, it was really Elvis's house, he had her live there, so that was her home. That's like, you can imagine if you walk out,
yeah, that bothers me.
In your pajamas or whatever.
I wouldn't like it.
It could be one of many guys or gals there. So, you can see. But, as far as just, really throwing a fit or something, no, not with either one of them. But like I said, it wouldn't have done no good anyway. So.
Okay. Carol Phillips. If Elvis's mom had lived, do you think she would have intervened or advised Elvis to slow down?
I do. I do. And we've talked kind of about this.
Do you think he would have listened?
Before. I'll put if he would have told, if he would have listened to anybody,
it would have been Gladys.
it would have been his mother. Now, for me to sit here and say, would that have completely changed all ways and things that he did? I can't say that, but he would have tried.
Maybe it wouldn't have been as extreme.
For his best to keep his mama as happy as he could because he loved his mother to death and she loved him. But, it's kind of, we'll never know. It's one of those situations and all we can do is say what we think, everybody. I think it definitely would have helped.
Yeah, because he kind of seemed like he had a missing, his mama being passed away was like a missing piece of him. And I think there's some things he was trying to fill it.
Oh, it didn't make any things, but yes, it did make, like I said, I can only imagine we've talked about this. You got the experience of it. And then especially, I'm not saying everybody's not, but they were really, really close and tight. And, to say would it have changed the outcome, we'll never know. But I believe deep inside of me that would it have prolonged things? I really, that's just me, y'all. Hey, y'all give me y'all's opinion on it. Yeah. Always like hearing from y'all.
Colin Louise, Danny, did you get the feeling? Okay, it's not spelled F-E-L-L-I-N.
Okay.
Danny, did you ever get the feeling that some of the Memphis Mafia were jealous of your daddy and Elvis's relationship?
Yes. I mean, gotta call it straight. And they, and they were. Some of them would probably admit that. But I'm sure some of those were definitely know that they were jealous of each other. But Daddy being there and then being a family member and where they come from, him and Elvis always had that special bond, I guess is the way to put it. And was Daddy treated different Yeah, in a lot of ways, but I mean that was Elvis's doings, and I mean, uh, you know, it's not Daddy's fault, but
Well, he was a blood relative.
right.
I mean, of
But
course he would
I
have
mean,
done that.
there again, you can't. But you know, you talk about how much Elvis loved Daddy. You know, when I got to see how much Daddy loved Elvis too, and like I said, it was a two-way thing, I guess you
Right.
could put it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, there were times that that guys, jealous, maybe didn't like things, or would want to do this and do that. Yeah, for me to sit here and tell you uh, that wasn't true, I'd be sitting here lying to your face, and I'm never going to do that. So it is what it is.
Okay. Mia Shore. Did Lisa know Elvis had guns, and did he hide them for safety?
We all knew Elvis had guns. A lot of times you could see them, the ones he had on him, but in his room, I don't know. I don't never remember. They were within reach. I don't remember seeing them out. I'm sure he had them out, and but it's one of those things. It's probably not like today. We was around that. I mean, Daddy had guns and stuff, and we were just taught at an early age. You just don't mess with them, man. We didn't pay attention, and then too, on top of it, with Elvis being Elvis and Graceland, there was a lot of things, especially guns, that you just didn't think about. I mean, thinking about this as Elvis home, and you move around, you was thinking about, God, am I going to get to see him? And, is he going to come down? Are we going to, ride golf cart, snowmobile? Are we going to do this? We're going to do that. But yeah, I mean, we knew that, like I said, there was guns around, and most all the guys toted, and had on, but they never were. Like I said, Elvis was for sure, about safety, and so they wasn't left like wide open, in the jungle room laid, where we just never ever did I ever see a gun out like that. Like I said, I seen them on them before, but
April Diaz. Did Elvis drink beer?
If he did, and I'm sure in a lifetime, some people say they never, and maybe he's one of them. I don't know for sure. I'm sure though that he probably sometime in his life maybe tried it. I think what you're wondering is did he drink it a lot or like it? No, I never. That'd be a good one, to carry on with EFM and Daddy and Mama and ask them. I never saw Elvis have a beer. I've seen him drink alcohol a little bit with the guys and Daddy, and that was on rare times. Elvis just wasn't a big drinker. Now me, on the other hand,
Glad those days are done.
and I know you didn't ask about me, but I'm gonna tell you because it's something that I'm still damn proud of today. I was a beer drinker from an early age, and pretty much my whole life up until 6 or 7 years ago now. That and even through mine and Teresa's first part of our marriage and all, and just that's a whole subject that we've talked about that we won't talk about this time, but yeah, it takes you over.
It's rough on a marriage.
You don't realize it. Yeah, I mean, you just know, what it does for you, or what you think it does for you, and how it makes you feel. And hey, y'all, while we're on it, if anybody's out there, you have them late night feelings, and you and the old beer, or even the alcohol and music is your buddy, and you think everything's good. It's really not. It's really not. And if you think about it, I never dreamed I've even said, Teresa's heard me, told my family, my brother, my friends, and everybody else, the day you see me not drink beer, will be the day I won't be here. And I'm so glad that I was wrong and seen the light, I guess you could say, because everything is different. It's a lot better now.
You don't miss it.
It changes. No, Teresa knows. And just, it's not the drinking, because we go out right now. And Teresa or you know, our friends, whoever we go out with, mom, dad, you know, Joey, Danielle, you know, if they want to have one drink or a beer or something, you know, it's like I told them, go ahead and do it. Well, Teresa don't drink beer, but margarita, y'all. But, you know, it's not the drinking, it's the being able to drink one, maybe two, quit. Me, I could never get enough, and it could go all night and all day into the next day. But we won't thrive on a lot of stuff that y'all really probably don't want to hear about me. But to y'all out there that think it can't change and it's too late, it's never too late. And I know what you are feeling. I know if you decide to quit, I'm not going to lie to you, it's hell. But I know if I can do it, y'all could do it. You just got to make up your mind and want to do it. And you'll see that there is a brighter side.
Okay, last question is from Michael Tuza. Why did Gene Smith say it wasn't Elvis in the coffin?
You know, I've been asked that 1,000,000 times, and I can't speak for Gene. Love Gene and Miss Louise to death. They were family. I have no idea. You know, I don't know if you know, like I said, we all suffered trauma. I don't know, maybe if it just, he didn't want to believe, or if he thought it just, you know, a lot of people said it just didn't look like Elvis in the casket. And with some of y'all, it may. To me, I mean, when a person's deceased, nobody looks exactly like.
Well, my mom didn't.
Like they, you know, like they looked alive. Nobody. I mean, there's some close, really close, but not exactly. And you know, I could see that, but you know, as I've said, I was there. What I seen I didn't want to be, but was Elvis. That's all I can say. No, it was. Wished it wasn't. But you know, for me to answer for anybody, especially Gene, I have no idea. I do know that, you know, it's been said that he said that, and there's not a doubt about that. I don't know totally why.
Well, and it might have been taken out of context. It may have been more that was said with it, and that little piece was taken out.
Well, like I said, and y'all all know, over the years, you know, it was said, you know, it wasn't, and, you know, Elvis is, even today, it's still alive, and you know, it's like I said, y'all, we love you, I love you, Teresa loves you, our family loves you, no matter what you believe, okay? Everybody has the right to believe it, it doesn't matter, and I'm not trying to convince you one way or the other. I know what I know, I've said it, and that's all I can do. But hey, y'all, we appreciate it. That was all the questions. Okay, well, man, it goes by quick, doesn't it? I'm gonna miss y'all. Y'all, we're getting closer and closer to Christmas. We're gonna have several more. I won't say many more, because I know y'all will hold me to it now. We'll try to get out as much as we can. Even after Christmas to the end of this month, and keep on rolling. But y'all, we appreciate each and every one of you. Appreciate you subscribing. If you hadn't, hey, as we always say, not trying to be a broken record, but it helps us out a lot. Yeah, and tell all your friends, share with anybody. You know, we love newcomers coming in and being keep our Elvis family growing, especially all you young.
Yeah.
Youngins all the way up, yeah. You know, you teenagers and young adults. We appreciate y'all, and it keeps a legend, the legend, going, and that's all we're trying to do here. Y'all, we're going to get out of here. Remember, like I said, we love you, And we always live Elvis.